Well, after the audacious strike at the Jammu military station by Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists, the army has launched a massive combing operation, also fired mortar shells at the vacated residential quarters at the Sunjuwan camp.
There was no exchange of fire when the reports last came in. A team of the National Investigation Agency has arrived in Jammu to probe the terror attack.
Police sources are telling India today that syringes and water bottles from an abandoned shed close to the army base have been found, and they clearly point out at Pakistan's role. This, as Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is all set to hold a crucial meeting with the chiefs of the three armed wings of the Indian Armed Forces.
Remember, Army Chief Bipin Rawat was in Jammu on Sunday to take stock of the security situation. Here's a report on those who sacrificed there today for our tomorrow.
When Pakistani cowards attacked sleeping women and children in the army camp in Jammu, 4 Kashmiri bravehearts from Kupwara made the supreme sacrifice battling terrorists. Lance Naik Mohammad Iqbal was among the 5 martyred soldiers. In Kupwara, Subedar Mohammad Ashraf Mir's family waits for their son's body.
बहुत अच्छा लड़का था। अब हमें एक चीज का फक्र है, ये देश के लिए इसने अपनी जान कुर्बान दी।
6 women and children were among the 10 civilians who sustained injuries in the terror strike. Army doctors worked through the night and saved a pregnant woman and a child. The woman had received severe gunshot wounds.
गर्भवती महिला जो गनशॉट वुंड से घायल थी, उसका सिजेरियन ऑपरेशन किया, जिसमें एक स्वस्थ बच्ची का जन्म हुआ। अभी महिला एवं बच्ची दोनों स्वस्थ हैं।
A 14-year-old boy who sustained gunshot wounds to his head continues to be critical. In their glorious sacrifice for their motherland, these men have shamed the anti-India brigade, the stone pelters on Pakistan payrolls and separatists peddling hatred against the forces.
The Pakistani terrorists now lie dead, but so do these brave hearts. But their families are very proud. The families of the brave hearts are very proud of their actions and are confident this will inspire other youngsters in Kupwara, in North Kashmir, to stand up for the nation. With cameraman Kirpal Singh at the Sunjuwan military station in Jammu, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
All right, Ankit, joining us this early morning is our executive editor, Gaurav Sawant, who will give us more perspective on this entire story. Gaurav, clearly it was an escape for the woman, and a miraculous one. What exactly is happening right now on the ground? Is the operation still on? And as you...
All right, we seem to have, Anusha, there seems to be some problem as far as the link with Gaurav is concerned. We've just been told that it is raining heavily there. We are trying to reconnect with Gaurav to get an important ground update. Okay, Gaurav is back with us. Gaurav, very good morning. First of all, give us an update of what is happening as far as the military camp is concerned. Sources telling us that the terrorists had recce'd it multiple times. They have been in Jammu for a long time now.
They apparently had the ease with which the terrorists entered the camp, the fact that they'd recce'd the area and perhaps stayed in the area right behind the camp is what a very senior police officer, Dr. SDS Jamwal, told me on camera, on record. And now the Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Intelligence Bureau and the military intelligence, they're combing out around this entire area. They're trying to figure out where these people stayed, who they stayed with. There is some more information which is currently being kept classified because certain raids are currently underway to get those who sheltered these Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists of Pakistan. There is a much bigger plot. They'd recce'd the area. They apparently, in some form or the other, either they themselves or their local contacts had gone inside the Sunjuwan military station. So they entered. There is, there's very good security right in the front of the camp. At the rear of the camp, because of the flood, a part of the wall had been washed away. There were only tin sheds kept there, tin sheets kept there, which is more symbolic, more for peace of mind, and perhaps somewhere from that area they've entered. So more investigations required in this. Now Absolutely. The NIA has joined in, but danger remains because there could still be more terrorists there, Ankit.
That's right, Gaurav. Just stay on with us. We are going to come back to you. It also points out to, in fact, lapses on our part as well on what needs to be done to bolster the security of our camps.
Well, it was indeed a miraculous escape for the 35 weeks pregnant Shazda and her newborn. Doctors at the Army Hospital performed a critical surgery on bullet-ridden, injured wife of a soldier and saved the life of both the mother and the child.
Well, Gaurav Sawant exclusively spoke to the team of these lifesavers after this miraculous, in fact, surgery and the birth of this child.
Virtually a miracle that doctors here were able to save Shazda's life and also, deliver the child. She was 35 weeks pregnant, shot in the back.
One doesn't get to see in routine, as a routine case, a person who's that advanced pregnancy with a gunshot wound. One is that. Second is it's challenging task for my team and of a highly expert team that I've got of deciding to save the child first and then going ahead and doing the surgery for saving the mother's life. That required, that was challenging, and I'm grateful to them, and I'm extremely proud and happy for them that they've been able to achieve this task. And I'm happy to say that both the child as well as the mother, they're healthy, and I'm sure they'll come out with happy faces and smiles.
A very difficult operation. I mean, pregnancies anyway are supposed to be difficult cesareans, but here there was also a gunshot injury.
Actually, the gynecologist is trained to do the cesareans. This Jammu match is one of the busiest station where the pregnancy, the delivery rate, the cesarean rate is maximum in the Indian Army. We are trained for that. But the peculiarity of this particular case was that the lady was in the advanced stage of pregnancy along with a gunshot wound, and we had to assess the status of the patient and that whether we will be able to save both the mother and the child. So and in a day when we are getting lots of casualty, every patient has to be assessed on its own. So from the very beginning in the morning we were getting, and she came to us around 7:30, I'll say 7:45 in the OT. So assessing in the right frame of mind, and side by side we were giving reassurance to the patient and taking a decision. We found that she was stable enough to be taken up for a cesarean first. She was not that unstable. We resuscitated her and we took her up for the cesarean, and baby was taken out, and after that we took care of the other wound, the gunshot wound.
Well, Ankit, indeed, it was a miraculous escape for the lady. And to get more on the story, we continue to be joined by Gaurav Sawant, who reports from the ground. Gaurav, you just reported, we saw that report that you sent, that the mother and the child are in good health. What is the health update on the father, keeping in mind that there was an attack on that army camp?
And Anusha, this is such an amazing story. Soldiers, they actually ran into a hail of bullets to get Shazda out. They knew she was pregnant. The terrorists were inside that building, and as they were taking her out, terrorists shot her in the back. So she had a couple of bullets in her back. That's the time she was rescued. At the same time, her husband, who's a brave soldier from the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry, Nazir, he was fighting another group of terrorists in another part of that same complex, and that shows how the army is one family, all battling together. But as Ankit rightly pointed out, so major chinks in the armor, the fact that these terrorists managed to come in, but they've been neutralized, and the hunt is now on for overground workers, sleeper cells, other Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists who could be either in Jammu or elsewhere, because intelligence inputs seem to indicate that multiple targets could be targeted. So we've seen what happened at Karan Nagar in Srinagar. Apparently there was an input elsewhere. If there are more terrorists, they need to be neutralized before they succeed in striking again.
Gaurav Sawant getting us all those details about that army operation and this miraculous escape of the 35 weeks pregnant woman and her baby.
Right, now moving on, the National Investigation Agency begins its probe in the attack on the army camp in Jammu. In fact, India Today has scoop exclusive details about the Fedayeen attackers. Defense sources are telling India Today that Pakistan-trained terrorists were in Jammu for about 10 months. they had infiltrated from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
Sources said 3 slain attackers have been identified as Karim Mushtaq, Muhammad Adil and Rashid Bhai. Sources also inform that the terrorists were provided weapons and equipment through local overground supporters of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Jammu itself.
According to another shocking revelation by top sources, the terrorists conducted multiple recce of the camp, donning army uniforms which are provided to them by local Jaish workers.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.